Hello, my name is Victor Rivera. I was born in Orlando, Florida to two Puerto Rican parents. I love to play the violin and I love to freestyle rap. I'm a business major here at USF. I'm studying management and finance, and I'm doing this minor in leadership. This is a 4,000 level class. It seems pretty hard, but I'm going to work hard, and I really like the opportunity. I'm also involved in several on-campus organizations. I'm almost a brother of the Sigma Nu fraternity. I'm also involved in the Phi Alpha Delta pre-law fraternity. I want to be a lawyer one day, hopefully. And I'm a historian for the Unspoken Thoughts Arts organization. With Unspoken Thoughts, we do poetry, we do artwork, so seeing this Invictus poem really inspired me to make an awesome piece of art for you. It's going to be amazing. Wait till you see. The film Invictus was directed by one of my heroes, Clint Eastwood, and he depicted Nelson Mandela, who was played by Morgan Freeman, another amazing actor. And Nelson Mandela faced a tough challenge. He needed to find a way to bring blacks and whites together, and he needed to join the divided nation. While reading through Emotionally Intelligent Leadership and the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, many of the concepts used by Nelson Mandela were further explained and discussed. While reading through Emotionally Intelligent Leadership, in the introduction, I noticed many characteristics that were present in Nelson Mandela's capacity as a leader. Nelson Mandela was very conscious of context. He knew very well the environment he was facing. In order for you to be a good leader, you must know who you're going to deal with. That's pretty common sense. You need to know who you're going to deal with, and he was dealing with an entire nation. You also need to know what your values are. He knew his values. He was a very strong person. He was a very fair-minded person as well. He knew that there were differences between the blacks and the whites. He knew that there was many differences, but he knew that was just one thing that can unite everybody. And he knew the situation and the environment that he was going to face. He was in a tough situation. He was a new appointed leader. He has a lot of pressure. He needs to do something to change the face of South Africa. Another example in the book that I saw was Getting on the Balcony. And this was a leadership situation that Nelson Mandela had mastered. It seemed like he smelled the success and unity before it all ever happened. He fought for unity and showed it by hiring both black and whites as security and employees. He knew that equality started off in the headquarters of the divided nation. Nelson Mandela was the proverbial fly on the wall, the puppeteer. Nelson Mandela was the ultimate leader. He was very group savvy and promoted peace, patience, and understanding amongst his constituents. Nelson Mandela was very conscious of himself and his impact on the lives of others. He always seemed optimistic, and he initiated the change and the wisdom necessary to get what he wanted. He wanted a victory in rugby, not only for bragging rights, but to unify a nation in a passionate fervor. Nelson seems to be one of those types of leaders that has mastered himself. His expressions are nothing but authentic and portray a self-esteem that's perfectly healthy. Even when he was sick, he still had the perfect attitude. He pretty much sacrificed his health for the country. Nelson Mandela was very conscious of other people, and he seemed to know how to neutralize situations through his mastery of being aware of his role as a leader. He is very empathetic, and as President of South Africa, he laid his health on the line to see unity come alive. He was a prime citizen of the country. I knew he would have died for South Africa. You can see in the passion he had, like in the scenes in the movie that they showed him in a boardroom meeting, and the lady came in and told him that they won the rugby game. He got out of the room and he laughed. His heart is in South Africa. He wants to unify it. A business meeting isn't going to unify South Africa, but that rugby game is. He put his heart on the line. He stayed up at night watching rugby games because he was so nervous, but deep inside he knew that South Africa can do it. He was very inspiring, and he motivated others toward a shared vision. Nelson Mandela employed a genius style of leadership involving every single trait I've described so far. Nelson Mandela was a catalyst that ignited the change for the country. In very few but epic words, he was able to inspire others to fix conflicts, develop relationships, ignite teamwork, and capitalize on the fact that a sport called rugby can unify a nation. While he was in jail, it seemed that Nelson Mandela's leadership went through the law of the lid. His leadership ability multiplied, and his capacity to lead others turned him into the nation's leader. There was a change in direction in the country as Nelson Mandela took charge. He influenced millions of people, billions across the world, and showed people the true values and morals of what a real leader should be. He had the power to influence others, even those that hated him. He changed their hearts and got everybody to participate in what he believed in, and to follow him, and to get influenced. Mandela continued to build his capacity and kept learning and showed effective leadership traits that leaders should have. The readings on the law of navigation were perfectly scripted in the film as well. Nelson Mandela had a goal, and he fought for the result. People followed Nelson Mandela because he was a real leader. Well, I went through the process in questions, and in his meeting with PNR, which is Francois, Mandela told him that a leader's job is to get followers to believe they're capable of doing more than they think possible. In a few words, Mandela did just that. He instilled the inspiration in the mind of Francois, and he went to his team and he changed the face of the team. He changed the attitude. And leaders can accomplish this goal by mastering the situation. If you feel that you can really influence the situation, then make the influence. If later on, like if you have a dream job later on, let's say, and you want to be like a doctor, if you want to be a person that's influenced others as a doctor, you need to work your way as a doctor. Just how Nelson Mandela worked his way to be the president. And to say these things, it shows that he really had the capacity to be a leader. So in order for you to be a leader, you need to work hard in order for you to be a leader of amount of people, but first of all, you need to work on yourself. Another question here: how do you think Mandela's time in prison helped to shape his approach to his position as president and his approach to reuniting the country? While he was in prison, he had a change of heart. He seen that his leadership capacity exploded, and I like to show my symbolic visual representation right here. This is what I call the eye of leadership. You see, when he was in jail, he was covered in darkness. Everybody that doesn't look for leadership traits, that doesn't exhibit leadership traits, is all in this circle. But while he was in jail, right there, he found the circle. This is the little white circle here. That's what he found. And in that circle, he found the enlightenment to become the president of South Africa. And sometimes people find enlightenment, but only a very few people find that. And that little circle there in the middle is pure enlightenment the whole entire time of your life. Full peace. Some people can find this first circle, the white circle, but they don't exhibit peace all the time. Nelson Mandela did that. He's one of the special leaders. He's one of the people that can really influence and change the world. This Victor Rivera's The Key to the Inconquerable Soul, the Eye of Leadership. This should be in a book here, folks. This is a prime example of leadership and how Nelson Mandela employed leadership in the book. While Nelson Mandela endured a traumatic experience, he actually endured it, and he was able to use that experience, to influence others. And those that are broken by experience seem to have a less, a much tougher, ability to explain to others, what goes on, and what it to get through. Like someone that's broken cannot get through, and I cannot explain how to get through something, but someone that's been through it can. What stood out from the poem to me, pretty much in the picture, what stood out for me in the poem is that how he became the unconquerable. He became that, and he showed us how to do that by being the president and influencing one person to change the whole nation. Power and words are, it's all in your mind. And if you want to be a right leader, you need to know what to say at the right time. You need to master yourself, master the situation, and master, relationships with others, and developing relationships that will last a lifetime and that will change the world. It's hard to do, but day by day, we keep learning and we keep developing skills to be the best leaders. I really thank you for watching my video, and if you have any questions, comments, please comment, and hope that you like the video. Thank you very much, and have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great whatever. Thank you.